Greetings, everyone. This is the Nova Narrator, coming to you with a story that is unlike anything I've made before, because this one is not fictional. It is all true. It's called The House Down the Road. It's a scary story, and what makes it so scary is all of this really happened to me. Now, enough rambling, and let's begin. It all started a few years back. I started to notice that something was off about that house. Because it seems like every time you walk by it, some kind of unknown force will give you a strange vibe, like it don't want you to come anywhere near the place. Almost like there was something wrong with it. I always thought that something bad happened to the house, considering that the original owners just up and left the place for no apparent reason and fled to Florida. But I never really expected what I saw in the place, or what happened that fateful day. I started with doing research on the place. Nothing really came up on records. Nothing, no murders, no possessions, no evil whatsoever. But again, I always thought there was something wrong with it, especially considering that every night at midnight, the phantom of a dog could be heard howling from the backyard. And you can look all over said yard, but you will never find that dog. 'Cause, like I said, phantom. It's basically self-explained there, so I was beginning to think there was something paranormal involved, so I did a little research to how to deal with paranormal activity, but nothing useful ever came up, so I went by sheer instinct. First thing I got was I made sure my iPod was fully charged so I could use the flashlight on the back of it, and I made sure my silver-plated Zippo had plenty of fluid just in case I have some problems with the battery, as if there was something paranormal involved, I might as well bring more than one light, because they say phantoms, ghosts, and demons can use battery charge to build up power to manifest themselves. And I also got a silver-plated cross necklace, which, when the time come, I don't think it did any good. So at midnight, the night of the blue moon, when paranormal activity is at its most active, I set out. I copped the fence into the backyard of the place, and as soon as I crossed the fence, I could already feel that something wasn't right. You know that feeling you get when you think someone's watching you, but you look around, but no one's around? It's kind of like that, only 10 times worse. So I just swallowed my pride, like thought to myself, I've already came this far, ain't no point in turning back now. So I turned on my flashlight and began to scope around a bit. And before then, I decided to activate some thermal cam to see if anything pops up, but what I saw, I regret till this day seeing. It was not a specter or a ghost. What I saw was not even human or a phantom. In fact, it looked like something straight out of the movie The Exorcist. So I tried my best to not get seen by it, holding the cross in my hand to make sure I don't get attacked. But, frankly, crosses don't work on all demons, and I soon found that out the hard way. After rounding the next corner in the brush, I found this old run-down shed. It was so bad it looked like the roof was about to cave in it. And the door was somewhat cracked open, so I peeked in. Worst mistake I ever made. As soon as I peeked in, it seemed like nothing was going to happen until some sort of unknown force that I still can't figure out or judge till this day kicked me in the back. It felt like someone literally drove their foot into my back and kicked me straight to the ground. I turned around to shine my light up, and there was nothing in sight. I was the only one there. I was beginning to freak out at this point. Looking back and forth, basically, I still saw nothing. And then I went around the back of the shed to see if it ran around. And then it happened again, only this time it felt like it kicked me in the side of the head. After the second time it happened, I realized my hand was hurting. And it was the hand that was holding the cross necklace. So I looked down at it, and the necklace was gone. And the chain had cut through the palm of my hand and completely shattered. There was not a single part of that chain that was still in one piece. I don't know what force could do that all in one blow, but whatever it was completely abnormal. I looked at my iPod again to check the time, realizing that it went from 95% battery all the way down to 10%. And I knew there was only one thing that could do that. A manifestation of a demon or phantom of sort. So after that, I lit my Zippo and started to make my way out of there. Because after that, I was not staying there a moment longer. I was going to get out of there as quick as possible. And even though I managed to almost make it to the edge where the sidewalk connects, that didn't mean the demon still couldn't give me a farewell scare. The flame on my Zippo went out, and some unknown force pushed me to the ground. I relit the lighter, turned back around, and there was nothing there, so I just kept running, and I didn't stop running till I made it home. I was so out of breath that I collapsed in the floor as soon as I came through the door. And still to this day, I will never go back to that place. I know what lurks there, and I am not dumb enough to go back. And that was the story, everybody. And remember, it is all true. It goes to show you when you get a strange vibe from a place, it's probably best to steer clear from it. And if you like the story, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, so I actually have a reason to make further content. And otherwise, if you didn't, what's the point? This has been the Nova Narrator, signing off. Thank you, and have a nice day, or night, whatever time you're in.